For 6 centuries, one empire fought war after war against kings, sultans, the Crusader world, rebels, and rising European powers. It conquered lands, reshaped borders, survived crises, and kept an army constantly ready, stretching from the Balkans to the Arabian desert. And yet, it achieved something almost no other empire in history managed to do. It did not collapse economically while doing all of this because the Ottoman Empire didn't just fight wars. It somehow found a way to finance them. The Ottoman Empire ruled from its founding in 1299 until 1922, longer than the Roman Empire, longer than the British Empire, longer than almost any other state in history. But the truly interesting part isn't its longevity. The real mystery is this: how did an empire that was almost constantly at war avoid financial collapse under relentless pressure? Empires are not destroyed by wars, they are destroyed by budgets, by administrators, by logistics. The Ottomans understood this very early. Instead of copying the classical European tax army model, they built something different, a machine in which war financed itself. The Ottomans emerged as a frontier principality in northwestern Anatolia. Their first ruler was Osman Ghazi, a leader with a few thousand horsemen in the right place at the right time. As Byzantium began to disintegrate and Mongol dominance in the Near East weakened, Osman Bey and his successors were perfectly positioned to seize new lands. These early victories were not only military victories, they were financial victories, because every conquest meant new land, new people, new resources, new products, new taxes, and a larger population. And this is the first key to understanding the Ottoman economy. War was not a cost, it was a source of profit. With the conquest of Bursa in 1326 and the move into Europe by the 1352, the Ottomans ceased to be a frontier state and became a growing power, controlling the trade routes between Europe and Asia. In the medieval world, this meant controlling the heart of the global economy. Every merchant traveling from Venice to Iran, from Cairo to Buda, from Baghdad to Istanbul, had to pass through Ottoman lands. This mattered because wars are financed by three things: food, metal, and manpower. The Ottomans did not have more soldiers or more metal than their rivals, but they possessed something far more important: cash flow. The empire sat atop the richest crossroads of the pre modern world. Every good passing through those crossroads was taxed. But strong revenue alone does not explain 6 centuries of continuous warfare. History is full of wealthy empires that collapsed under military costs. What made the Ottomans different was that their army financed itself. Imagine the largest expense of a state: salaries. Advanced states spend most of their treasury paying professional armies. The Ottomans solved this problem at its root. They didn't pay soldiers salaries, they granted them rights. Ottoman cavalry soldiers, known as sipahis, were granted the right to collect taxes from a specific village or region. In return, they had to provide their own equipment, maintain their horses, and arrive fully prepared for war. No salaries. The soldier financed himself. This was one of the smartest economic inventions in world history. State expenses fell, village security improved, and tax collection stabilized. Soldiers invested in local stability. Peasants lived under predictable local authority, and the empire gained a fast, ready army without draining the treasury. Imagine today giving a soldier tax rights over a neighborhood instead of a salary. Dangerous? Absolutely. But in the 1300s and 1400s, this system worked brilliantly. In Europe, armies relied on expensive knights and mercenaries. No money meant no loyalty. The Ottomans eliminated this risk. The timar system reduced the cost of war. War did not strain the treasury, but that alone did not keep the machine running. The second major force was something the West knew but never fully understood: the Janissaries. The Janissaries were the infantry class, feared and hated by Christian Europe, yet trusted by sultans more than their own families. Disciplined, trained from childhood, and fiercely loyal to the state. Financially, they were unlike any other military force because the empire acquired them through the Devshirme system. Christian boys from the Balkans were selected, taken from their families, converted to Islam, and educated in state institutions. This system was harsh and deeply coercive, but financially, uh, it achieved something extraordinary. The state shifted the most expensive phase of soldier training from childhood to adulthood onto the populations it ruled. The Ottomans acquired trained soldiers without paying the full cost of raising them. The timar system made cavalry cheap and effective. The Janissary system made infantry cheap and disciplined. And then came the real genius: war financing war. Every conquest meant new taxpayers, new timars, new trade routes, new ports. While European kingdoms often emerged poorer after victory, the Ottomans frequently returned wealthier. This was not luck. It was cash flow. The Straits, the Mediterranean, the Red Sea, the Silk Road, whoever passed through paid the Ottomans. From salt to coffee, from Crimea to Wallachia, wealth flowed into the imperial treasury. For centuries, the Ottoman Empire lived without borrowing. No massive national debt, no foreign financiers, no external banks. Until the world changed. After the 1700s, trade shifted to the oceans. The timar system unraveled. The Janissaries lost discipline and control. Modern armies demanded cash wages. The solution? Foreign debt. In the 1800s, the Ottomans borrowed from European banks. In 1881, the empire's finances fell under the control of Britain and France. 6 centuries of financial independence came to an end. Does this sound familiar? Empires do not die in war. They die when their economies collapse. As long as the Ottoman economic system worked, the empire endured. When the system broke, it fell. History does not repeat itself. But if you fail to understand it, it will crush you.